Yeah.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Welcome to day one.
Happy Monday night. We're just going to go live in the group.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. We're really excited about
check that we're live and check that people can see us.
Check everyone can find us. If you are in the Facebook group, just to say thank you for your patience. Yesterday, some of you said at 7 o'clock, can anyone find the live? Sometimes it's helpful just to refresh the group. It should pop up at the top. But we do know sometimes not everyone sees it straight away. But we are live, we promise. We will show up at 7 o'clock. So just leave the group, come back. Or you can also watch these videos on YouTube. We decided that it would be useful to be on YouTube as well. So you can always find us. So Joe, it is day one of Bookkeepers Bootcamp. We're excited. We've actually had an amazing, very busy, crazy day. We've had the team here from Hey Monica. We've been building out something we're calling challenge mode. If you're following the Hey Monica journey, you'll know a little bit about what that is. It's been intense.
Really intense. I think I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. and now it's 7.
Yeah,
and
have
not stopped
all
day,
but in a good way.
In a good way. It's been we've been like packing it in, because sometimes, you know, I think me and you are really good at this. Sometimes your energy's there and sometimes it's not, and sometimes we're like, oh, we've got to take our foot off the gas, but when you want to, you can choose to. So I think people think it's like hustle, but we definitely take our foot off and we're like, no, right now we need to calm it down.
And I think that's the thing about this week. It's like this small, intense burst where you make a big impact because you're focused on a very distinct part of business strategy this week. And if you can get really focused and do the good work on that, in just an hour an evening, you are going to make more progress than if you try and do some bits of stuff when you can without that sort of clear plan over even a month.
100%. Something to think about. If you are with us right now, can you drop us an emoji about how your day's going? Because when you drop emojis, it means it shows it to the other people that are struggling to find this feed and find this live. So if you start dropping your emojis now, we will be able to see that, and then that'll help other people find where we are, because I'm sure lots of you have struggled in the past to find us in this live group, but we are here.
We've got 55 of you here right now watching.
Oh my goodness, 55 already?
So you're finding us, which is great news. So we want to know how your day's been, what you're up to, what you're doing this evening, what your plan is after this. We're excited. So I think, there's Jane. Hi, Jane. Hi. She's got a sad face and a monkey covering its eyes.
Oh dear. Oh, that's...
I don't know what happened.
Who is happy?
You're okay. My heart is always happy.
Yeah, I think that's all coming through on YouTube, those ones.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it yet on Facebook, but that's me.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm
there's loads of them coming through. Smiley faces, covered monkey eyes, star faces, eyes.
Hi Claire, hi Andrea, hi
someone
Tracy.
Needs the workbook. We will share the workbook again. Please don't worry. Upside down faces, Tracy, Karen, Claire, Fanny, Kirsty, Anna, we can see you. Yay. Abby. Oh, thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, we're going to share the workbook, so that is all good. We're really excited for this evening. So what we want to do today, just a short agenda. We're not going to run over 8 o'clock. Hopefully we'll even finish before 8 o'clock. We'll see how we go. What we're going to do this evening is we're going to talk about pricing psychology. We're going to talk to you about commercial pricing outside of our industry, because we need to remember that when we're business owners, we are operating in an economy. We're a service provider in a world of trading, finance, money for stuff, and the stuff we sell is a service. So we need to see ourselves as part of that sort of economy of money flowing around, and I don't think we always do.
I think sometimes we see ourselves as something separate from the rest of the world. And that's not the case. We are definitely businesses trading money for services, and we need to see and look at how other people do that.
So I've got a slideshow. What we want to do this evening is share some training around pricing psychology, talk about commercial pricing. Then we want to take you into your own circumstances and understand how you're pricing right now and how that needs to change, or might not need to change, but some insights about how this community is pricing, and so that you can benchmark yourself, but also so that you can build out what you really need to be pricing, because then tomorrow when we talk about goal setting and your vision, you can start to relate those numbers to the things that you want in life. So we need to understand where we're starting from right now before we move on to that. I do need to share the workbook. I think the first thing I'm going to do though is go into the commercial pricing.
That's
But
fine.
maybe what we should do is give away a prize for last night.
Oh yes.
Should we do that first? That would be a really nice way to start, with a little celebration at the start of the evening. So let me try and share my screen. Joe's gonna fill for me because there's too many buttons.
We are giving away the first pile.
First pile. There are more books to be added to this first pile.
Okay, but this is the start.
This is the start. So we have a set of books, and these are our favorite business books. I mean, we wrote these, so of course.
These are the favorite books that we've written.
There are more books to come.
Yes.
There are more books to come, which we'll order, and we'll send them in a nice pack. I just have those in the office, so I've made my little organised piles on the desk, so I know who needs to go to who, and I've already written people's names down. So
and I can write on this. So
that's a really good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Sunday night. Yes, you picked up the right pile and everything. Go you. I still haven't shared my screen. What we're going to do is a little wheel of names. Ooh. So share screen. Bootcamp launch party winner. I always worry when you share these free, when you share like a window and it's like a free prize wheel spinner.
Yeah, we don't know what the advert's going to be.
You never know what the ad's going to be. Luckily, it was for car insurance, but it always gives an insight into your soul, doesn't it? Right, we have got a list of everybody who used the hashtag Bootcamp Party in the Facebook group.
Well done. So many of you joined in. Look at all these names.
I know. So I love seeing everybody's pictures, hearing about you while you're here. Perfect. This is what it's all about. It's about community. You might feel like you are the only bookkeeper doing this right now. Mm-hmm. And now hopefully you can see that actually there are other people like you who are doing it from a different angle, who have different circumstances. And this is really motivating to be part of something.
Very cool.
Yeah. Right. Should I press the button?
Click to spin.
Okay.
Oh, you forgot your bongos. Oh,
the winner is woo! Amazing. That is perfect. Okay, I love that. Yay! Great work. Good start. I love it. So well done, Claire. We will send those out. There should be a pen somewhere.
You've got so many whiteboard pens.
I know. Don't worry. Write on the whiteboard.
Yes.
This, by the way, is the tiniest room in my house, and everything's just like shoved in here. We'll show you a behind the scenes later. So what we're going to do is share our slides, and we're going to talk to you about commercial pricing. Get a workbook, I think, or a notebook. This is important to sort of understand.
I believe the workbook has been shared.
Oh, thank you.
In there, I reckon our team has done it.
Okay, great.
So that is very good.
Thank you to our team, Gemma, for sharing the workbook. That's amazing. So if you look in the comments, you'll be able to find that. Just checking you can see. Yeah, right. Pricing psychology. I just wanted to let you know that this is I don't know how to describe it. This is an expensive training that we ran for the Zero. This is an element of an expensive training that we charge for. And we ran this last month or maybe the month before, and we got amazing feedback from a group of brilliant salespeople.
Yeah.
So we wanted to share this with you as the best training that we wanted to be able to deliver the best training. We try and make Bootcamp the best investment of your time it possibly can be. So this is not just us going, hey, let's just talk about some stuff. Like we need you to really understand what's going on around you so that you can make decisions for your business. And I think we don't learn pricing when we're training.
No.
So why would we have this kind of context?
And everything that we teach you here is something that you take on board, you will learn, you will know forever, and you can then have these conversations with future clients because you then know this. Because everything we talk about is business. It is, yes, we are bookkeeping businesses, but we are running businesses. So this is all applicable to your clients too. Perfect.
So we want to talk about commercial pricing, and we're just going to go through some real life examples of where this happens. So this is the TUI app. I don't know who has like a holiday app on their phone, but maybe you go through and you have a little look and cost up some holidays from
you
time
do it
to time.
A lot.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm always thinking like, where could we go? Or, you know, what would be good dates with school holidays and things? And, you know, what's the best time to travel and things like that. Anyway, I was having a little look through the holiday app. And this is a holiday that came up for me in the Dominican Republic, I think. I love the idea. I'd like to go there. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I've got to get it past my husband first. But anyway, this holiday came up for me. So this is a trip to a nice all-inclusive resort. It's come up on my screen. It's a luxury double with balcony or terrace. This is for, I think maybe I priced it up for the 4 of us, for my family. Now it's got some pictures. You've seen this. You see this all the time. That holiday is £992 per person, which, to be honest, feels a bit too much to spend on my kids right now.
I love how it's okay for you.
If it was just for me, it's okay.
Yeah, but for your kids.
But that makes it like 4 times the amount, right? It's like, it's different, isn't it? But if you've ever looked at these kind of apps, maybe you run a filter. So you put in your parameters, where you can fly from and the dates you want to travel, plus or minus a week or whatever. I do this a lot. Filter it on the star rating of the hotel. And then maybe you sort it by like low to high price to see what comes up. Now, what you'll see is loads of holidays like this with their prices underneath it. And you generally look through, and if you're anything like me, you're looking for the best deal you can get for the budget that you have available. Now, what actually happened when I was looking at this holiday isn't the screen that you can see. What it actually looked like was this. So when I showed you that screen just now, I'd blanked out the great deal, now 35% off, because how it actually came up on my screen is like this. And it showed me that there was a different price before. And right now, if I book that holiday, I can get it for £992. Now, when I saw it at £992, I thought, oh, that's a bit much. But when I look at it and I'm like, oh, but it was £1,518 per person. So I'm getting like a £6,000 holiday if I book it for 4 of us. And now it's like just under £4,000. That suddenly feels like a very different holiday. Whether I have the budget for that or not is a different matter. But what the point is that I now, because I'm seeing it as a discounted price, I'm anchoring that price against something. So quite often in the market, you will see people saying, this was the price. And this is what the price is now. So you compare the price now to other options at the price now, but you're not comparing it at the 992. You're comparing it as a £1,500 holiday against a load of other £900 holidays.
Yes. So you feel like you're getting a bargain.
Yeah. It's anchoring, it's comparing it to something which appears to, it's like you're getting more value for your money. You're making your money go further.
Love it. Yeah.
Right. That's it. And that's important for us because we want to show you get more value if you work with me as a bookkeeper.
Absolutely.
Commitment pricing.
Yes, so commitment pricing, we see this all the time as bookkeepers because we're often working with software. And actually, it happened to me yesterday or the day before. We were trying to get some kind of something for Hey Monica. We wanted to create some kind of AI video, and it did exactly this. There was the price that you're going to get, but if you were buying for a year, the monthly fee, they kind of said it would be this per month if you pay up front.
Yeah.
But then if you want it monthly, the price goes up.
Yeah.
So you're being rewarded for your commitment. The commitment to booking it for a year. We've done this as well with the collective.
Yeah.
We are giving people 2 months for free if they pay for the year up front.
Yeah.
So that's our version of commitment pricing. And this is something that do bookkeepers look at this? Not often, but it's something you may think, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel like you're getting something for free by making a commitment.
Yes. So on this screen, so often I find this frustrating. You go on the website and it's like, okay, I can get the team plan for £30 a month, but then I'm like, but I don't want to pay for it yearly because that's like £360. And then I click on the monthly, but if I paid for it monthly, it's £50 a month. And then I do the maths and I'm maybe I should just part with the £360 right now.
Yeah.
And we maybe don't see this so much with bookkeeping and accounting in terms of pricing and saying, well, if you pay in full now, I'll give you a discounted rate. But what we do sometimes see is if you book your self-assessment tax return in now for next year, we'll honour this year's prices or something because you have secured the work today. Yeah. And securing that work today is of more value than you potentially securing the work in a year's time. At maybe a higher price.
Yeah, and when you think about the marketing costs of going to get a new client, it's worthwhile you getting the commitment.
Yeah, perfect. Commitment pricing. Decoy effect. This one always makes me laugh.
Yeah, me and Zoe, we
spent a lot of time talking about the decoy effect.
We spent a lot of time talking about popcorn.
Yeah. So if you've ever gone to the cinema, you've seen a meal deal bundle where you get popcorn and you get a drink and maybe you get like a packet of mini stars. What are they called? Magic stars. That's the kids' tray. So you can have like a small version of it where you get like a drink and a small popcorn, and then you might get a large deal where you get an enormous popcorn that no one's ever going to eat. So you look at it and you either are starving and you go for the large, or you're not hungry at all and you get you're like, I mean, just have a really dry mouth when I've eaten a load of popcorn. I'll just go with the small. But they don't show it to you like this. Has anyone got a cinema that does a small and a large?
No.
What they actually do is they put a medium in the way, and they make the medium like it's still got the same size drink, but it's got a medium size popcorn, and they put it very, very close to the large price. The idea being that they are trying to distract you from buying the small.
Yes.
They've basically, whether you buy the medium now or the large, which there's only 50p in it, I was like, well, I might as well just buy the large. That's sort of my thinking. But generally, your decision now is between the medium and the large rather than the small.
100%.
They're trying to eke more out of you.
There's a decoy. You're like, that feels like so much more. It feels like valuable up that end. It makes the large look really good value.
Yeah, it does. And I think we see this in our industry when we sometimes you'll go on websites for different firms and they might have 3 tiers of service, and there might be a small uplift if you have like the top level of package. So it's all about psychology and positioning. It's about saying, how do we get people up to that higher end, whether they buy the biggest or just one higher than the lowest fee package? What do we need to include in there so people see that there's more value for them if they go and they sort of upgrade?
So they kind of value pack the bigger things, so you avoid going for the smaller.
Okay, fast action pricing.
This made us really laugh, didn't it? Because we all know those adverts, those sofa adverts, and there's always a saving. I even heard it on the radio this weekend. Quick, it's going to happen now. And
did you?
Yeah, I heard it this weekend. £200 off this weekend only. And there's always this kind of special saving. We all know that there's always going to be some kind of sale on, but it plays with your mind, because when you see the thing you want and there is an offer on at that moment in time, you feel like, well, maybe that offer won't be there next week, and maybe they do take it away. I think they do. They take it away, and then they bring it back, and then they take it away.
I think it's like the rules of advertising. They have to, and they say like the after sale price. You can see it on this one. The after event price will be £1,099. Doesn't even feel like much of a saving to me. £100 off a sofa.
No, but at that moment you're like,
well, I might as well save 100
quid. You've got that kind of emotion because you've envisaged that sofa in your living room for Christmas.
Yeah,
I heard it this week as well. £200 off, and remember to order now in time for Christmas delivery.
Oh, that's like fast action as well, isn't it? Yeah, right. Okay. So we want people to act right now because that deal is about to end. Interestingly, maybe to you, I would like to go on the website. We should start getting commission for this sofa company, because I wonder who now has this sofa in their house. But we did go back on their website, and this was the summer savings, and
so the spring savings. The summer savings was exactly
the same. It was the same in the summer. So this is just part of the known method of pricing for this kind of large furniture product. We see this in sofas all the time. So
when we need to think about, okay, is there anything there applicable that could work with us? And we do see some people, especially with timely things,
self-assessment.
If you want your self-assessment done now, if you give us the stuff before the end of September, we can turn it around, and then the price is going to go up. There's fast action.
Absolutely. It's just psychology. How do we price bookkeeping and accountancy? I mean, how do we price bookkeeping and accountancy? Like, we don't have these kind of, I don't want to say gimmicks, because that's not fair. It isn't about gimmicks. It's about a pattern and a known method. We don't have this same methodology for pricing. No one feels
bad about any of these methodologies.
No
one says, well, you may have at some point said, well, I'm not going to the cinema again. It was expensive. Or you like smuggling your own stuff in your bag. Absolutely. But you make a choice. But you know that it's business. you understand that it's a service, and actually when you can afford it, you really like it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can't, you choose not to, but it's all just business.
Yeah. And so we don't need to be ashamed or resist thinking about buying psychology when we're pricing bookkeeping services. But to be able to do that, we have got to move away from an hourly rate service. We've got to move into selling something of value that people want to buy.
And just remember, every time you have bought something through one of those methodologies, whether it's commitment pricing, whether it's fast action, whether it's the decoy, or whether it's the holiday, what was that, the anchoring, you always feel good.
Yeah.
You feel like you have done a good thing and you've got a good value. And that's what we need to make our clients feel, that they are getting, it's been an investment and that they have got good value for money. That's one thing that all of those things achieve.
It's an exchange, isn't it? Money is an exchange. Like there is, I mean, we haven't got time to go into this, but there is so much that we need to understand about how money is a flow. If we take money, it doesn't mean that money doesn't go somewhere else. Money is just always moving. Somebody earning money means somebody has the ability to spend money and invest in another area in the economy, which then creates spending power for other people. I think so often we're thinking, well, who am I to do that? Or
because we feel the money stops with us.
Yeah.
But that is not the case.
Absolutely not. No. So let's talk about hourly rates. So the way we price bookkeeping and accountancy so commonly right now is unfortunately by the hourly rate. If you've been listening to us for years, you'll know we're not big fans, because it doesn't give you the potential to grow your business or invest in yourself and your business so that you can get it to where you really want it to be.
And especially in this economy, on this time with AI and software and cloud, your job is going to get quicker and quicker and quicker, which means if you are pricing by the hour every month for the same value or more value, your invoices are going to go down and down and down for clients.
Yeah.
If you are being honest, which you all are. So it doesn't work in this industry anymore.
No. And it isn't just about you and what this means for you. When you're pricing by the hour, you also have this uncertainty for your client about, what is that person actually doing for me? How much first of all, how much am I actually going to be paying for it? But also, like, what do they even do for that? You know, like, what we need to understand is we're not giving them a checklist of stuff we're going to do in an amount of hours. What we're delivering for them is certainty about their finances so that they can make the decisions, because they too are business owners, like we're working on this week with you guys. They are business owners. They have goals for their businesses. They need the financials to allow them to do that. So we actually are taking them on a journey and adding the value and adding the sort of outcomes, the outputs for them that allow them to make the decisions and build that strategy. We're not delivering a checklist of stuff.
No, that is, and as well, we've always said this as well. If somebody says to you, how much is your hourly rate? You tell them the next question is, well, how long is it going to take you? And you don't know that. What you do know is that you want to deliver a load of outcomes, and that is worth a certain value on a monthly basis. So this is what we need to move towards.
So we've run a pricing survey for the last few years. We're actually working on the data at the moment for the pricing survey 2025. But we wanted to share this with you because I thought this was super interesting. When we ran the survey in 2023, the average hourly rate, the mean hourly rate that came out was £28 an hour. When we did it in 2024, it came out at £32 an hour. We've been running variations of this survey. We did something earlier this year. It came out about the same. But actually, because 500 or more of you have registered for Bookkeepers Bootcamp, and one of the questions we asked you is, what was your minimum hourly rate? We do actually have a really good data set answering this question. So sorry that the format isn't beautiful, but basically the 500 or so of you who filled in that survey and answered it have shared what you would charge for bookkeeping as a minimum hourly rate. And these are all values up to 100 at the top. This sort of blue section at the top is £100 an hour. I should have probably put a higher number in there, but let's go with that. But basically, it's all going up in sort of £1 increments. And what this shows me is, you know, we were saying £32 an hour was the number in 2024. We haven't moved much further than that.
No.
So, you know, like 66, 2/3 of you are charging £35 or less for bookkeeping right now. So we have moved a smidge, but really not significantly.
There's a lot of people less than that.
There's a lot of people less than that for sure. And, you know, even seeing like 12% of people in the £20 an hour, 15% in the £25 an hour, we're going to do an exercise in a minute, and I'm just worried for you that you are subsidizing life for your clients by not charging them enough, rather than you being able to profit from the work that you're doing. Because if you were working in a high street practice, they would be charging you out for more than £25 an hour. But for some reason, I know, because I've charged £25 an hour too, we keep ourselves small because we see ourselves as having less overheads and just working from home and just working around the kids. And we don't see ourselves as professional business owners in the same way. But the outcome we were talking about just now, you are still providing that. You're probably giving a really high touch, valuable service to your clients, and they love you for it. But the money exchange for that isn't working out right now. So we need to sort that out. So does the hourly rate add up? Let's find out. If you scan this QR code, or maybe what I'll do is I will share a link. I think I can share a link in the chat. Bear with me while I find it. What I'd like you to do is open up a spreadsheet, because we're going to go through a minimum hourly rate calculation. On their
phones, it will come up on their phones.
Yeah, which might not be ideal. Let me take this off the screen and let me share a link with you. If you're not doing this on your phone, Joe's going to sing a song while I do.
No, I will say exactly the same. I have charged £12.50, £13.50, £15 an hour, £25 an hour. If you're doing this, we are not having a go at you. We have done this. We have done this, but it didn't serve us, and we kept thinking that, you know, maybe we were bad at bookkeeping, or maybe we weren't great business owners. And the reality was our pricing was off. And we're just showing you now. We're not saying that you need to change everything about your pricing today. What's a great place to start is maybe from what we teach and learning, and we have a whole module on professional pricing in the Bookkeepers Collective that goes into a lot of detail. But when you figure out how you like to price, the next client you take on will come under that new pricing methodology that you use. We're not saying change everyone overnight, because we know there are stories. I've had this client for years. They're really having a tough time. I don't feel I give enough value here. We get it. We know, we've been there. But going forward, you can choose to price differently. You can choose to give a better service. All of these things, it can happen. And then over time, you can talk, we like to say, to the clients that are what we call pitter, pain in the client, and those ones can be repriced. And what tends to happen is, if you reprice those clients, if they say this is too expensive, I'm going, actually you're mostly losing money on them anyway. So it frees up your time to take on better clients. So please don't worry and think, oh my goodness, I can't change everything about my business this week. We're not asking you to. We're asking you to think about the next client that you take on, the next conversation you have. What if you were to change things? This happens all the time, and people are surprised that actually the next person they talk to, and they say, actually, I don't charge an hourly rate. What I do is I charge in this way, and your fee would be £300 a month. They're like, oh, okay. Because when you say £25 an hour and you don't know how many hours it's going to be, they don't actually know what the outcome is, but actually they feel like £300, £400, £500, whatever you come up with, they are really happy with. Now, obviously, it'll be different. And this is why we have very comprehensive spreadsheet with multiple different tabs of different ways of pricing, because people want us to tell them what is the hourly rate they should be charging, or what is this specific. This is not a science. This is kind of something that you have to take ownership of and believe in this is how I price. And there are so many ways of doing it. So you've shared that. I have.
I've shared it in the chat. It's if you are watching on the Facebook Live, and I've shared it in the chat in the YouTube channel as well. So you should have access to that. I noticed this comment from Kirsty that says, I don't feel I have the experience to charge more. And Claire said, I feel the same and worry that clients won't come to me if I'm too expensive.
So I'm going to just question that right now. So if you are at the moment charging an hourly rate, right? So say you've got a client and you're charging them £25 an hour for 8 hours a month. So they're £200 a month. Just start charging them £200 a month and make yourself quicker with your systems and processes. Just move it from I'm charging you for 8 hours at £25 an hour to I'm charging you £200 a month. and it's none of your business how quickly I get this done.
Mm-hmm.
And then you improve your system. You are then incentivized to improve your systems and processes. I'm not telling you to charge them more. I'm telling you to charge how you price. Because if 1 month you did the work in 6 hours, you're going to feel bad for charging them how much you were charging them.
Mm-hmm.
That might be your first step. So we are going to go through a minimum hourly rate calculator to show you, if you are charging by the hour right now, how much of a gap there is between what you should be charging. And then you can charge anyone whatever you want, but just stop saying it's by the hour and feeling your bottom has got to be on a seat looking at someone's Xero or QuickBooks for that amount of time. Because if you can make it happen quicker, you're still giving them the same value, but you can serve more clients or have more time back.
And I think when you do it 1 month and it's £200, and then you do it in 7 hours the next month and it's 175, and then the following month it goes up, they're like, well, why?
Yes.
Why did it go up? And you're like, oh, just there was something extra. And it's like, this is not important. This is not important. What they want to know really is, did the thing happen that they needed to happen? Is their cash flow okay? Have they saved for tax? Do they know what's coming up? Can they make a decision?
Yeah, and actually that's a really good point, because usually the first month you work with a client will be the most labor intensive. So you can say to them the first month, so say they, I don't know, you do 10 hours for them that month, you can say the next month, that's the monthly fee now, and your incentive, and if they're happy to pay that, then that's fine, and you can get quicker and quicker.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is one way of doing it. It's not all the ways, there are multiple, but that is one way. It can ease you in.
I'm going to add this spreadsheet. So hopefully everyone's been able to open this. It will have downloaded a file to your machine, and you will then be able to save a copy. So save a copy to your own computer, and then you can fill this in, because it's probably read-only at the moment. Right, let me find that file and we will do this together. I'm excited. Right, your minimum hourly rate. So can I type in here? Yes, good, great. So this is, there is a video if you want to go back and use this again or play around with it, and we're going to go through this quickly, but you have time to fill this in while you're with us. We've still got half an hour in this session, so we've got lots of time. But what we're trying to do here is understand your minimum, like the absolute floor of what you need to charge based on how available you are for your business, the other activities you need to do in business, and we're going to compare that to what you're charging right now. So let's start with what you charge right now. So what is your hourly rate at the moment? I'm going to say maybe it's like £30. It's based on having seen that. I might go 35, Jo. Do you know what? I'm going for 35. I feel like everyone's had a pay rise since last year. Right. Do 35. So the next questions are, how many days a week do you work? So right now, in an average week, how many days are you working? I'm a mum working around kids. I work 5 days a week. So I'm going to put 5 days in. And then how many hours do you work in your average day, excluding lunch and other breaks? So
breaks.
We had lunch today.
We did have lunch today.
We worked, I think you said you've done 13 hours
so far.
That's not Jo's ideal day.
6 hours, I think, is like between 3 and 9 and 3. Most of our community are doing school hours, so maybe 5.5, because usually it's like a little bit of time coming back from the school run and then leaving on the school run.
Yeah, and I'm not like, we know that some of you are doing some work in the evening as well. Maybe there's like, we don't want you to do that, like that. You don't, you know, we're trying to build a business that actually works. I don't want you to have a business where you are so stressed you have to catch up once the kids are in bed.
And most of the time we chose to be self-employed to have this freedom.
Yeah.
And then what we do is we work around that because it doesn't work, because we've not set our pricing up. So put in there what you would like to be doing.
Nice. Okay. How many weeks of holiday would you like to take per year? I always say that if I had all the school holidays off, that would be 13 weeks, but that's probably not going to happen. So I'm going to put 6 weeks in here.
Yeah.
And then is there potential that you might need to take some time off for other reasons in the next 12 months? So maybe you're sick, your kids are sick, a family member's sick, or who knows, some other thing happens. You move house, you know, you need to plan for something else. I'm going to put a week in there. You never know if someone needs some help or an operation or a family member.
You're sick as well.
Or I was sick.
I think put in a bit more.
2 weeks?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Okay. All right, fine.
And if your kids are sick, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about, so that's our time. So let's talk about now the costs and the other factors that go into this hourly rate. So let's talk about business costs. what are the monthly running costs of your business? So insurance, practice license fee, obviously break it down.
This is for you if you're a sole practitioner as well, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is really like for people that are running the business on their own.
Mhm.
You can do, we've got other calculators and things if you've got more team and things, but we're trying to figure out if it was just you and your business, really.
Yeah. So what are the monthly running costs of your business? Software costs, office, website, travel, training, all of those things that need time. And so you don't want to feel like, oh, I don't know if I can afford that. Like if you're building the business you really want, what needs to go in there? We usually put like £500 a month in this box.
Yeah.
Okay, and then approximately how much tax will you pay on business profits? I know we've got people watching this all over the world, so I'm going to just pop an assumption in of like 20%. You can just type the number in. It looks like it picks up a percentage. And then we need to think about our personal finances. So the first question here is, how much do you need to take out of your business personally every month? So this is probably like the number that you need to have in your family pot to pay for everything you need to pay for. So maybe you need to put £2,000 in every month for the bills and the essentials and the food and all that kind of stuff. And then like you've covered it baseline. So I'm going to put £2,000 in this box, but your number will be different. Yeah. And then the next question is, if things were going really well, how much would you like to take out of the business every month? So I feel like it would be really great if we had an extra £1,000 a month in that pot. So let's put £3,000 in. And you can see on the right hand side, it's calculating for us as we put all these numbers in. So there's just a few other questions to answer now, because this at the moment is based on the hours that we're working, assuming that all of our time is chargeable. Now, this is a mistake I definitely made.
Oh, me too.
It was like, oh, well, if I just work that many hours at that rate,
my salary and then just divide it by the hours and then think, well, that's how much I'll earn.
Yeah, but that's not how it really works. And that's because we have loads of other stuff that happens around the business, like sales calls and marketing and going to networking and training
doing
and CPD.
You're doing here tonight. This is an hour.
Writing some kind of policy document or terms and conditions, all the AML reviews. Like this all takes time, and we need to factor this in. If we don't factor this in, this is the work that happens in the evening when the kids have gone to bed. And that's what we don't want to happen. We don't want anyone
This is why you take your laptop on holiday.
Yeah.
Because this stuff isn't being factored in.
Yeah. So we need to factor this into the price of the business that you really want to run. So how many hours a week do you spend on the following activities? Admin, diary management, repricing, your own business finances. Let's put, I'm going to put 2 hours a week in there. There's probably more.
Yeah.
More.
For what's that?
Admin, diary.
Yeah, you've got to think your own invoicing, your diary management, sending out things to your customers and clients, admin wise.
Dealing with your inbox.
Yeah.
2 hours?
Yeah. 2.
Okay, training and projects. So this is your CPD training, setting up software. We were doing something in the collective last week, and we were talking about your app stack and the different tools and softwares you use in your business, and just setting aside an hour a week to do building like putting a piece of software into the business, implementing, and maybe over like 3 months you might be able to get that one system really focused, like sorted. And if you were to do that for 1 hour a week, like you could do that, but it's just deciding to put that hour of the week into the diary.
Yeah, but if a lot of our members are studying.
Yeah.
A lot of them are studying as well. So that would be an hour a week on software. I think another hour at least a week on training.
Yeah.
And then you think there'll be a software that you want to go and watch a webinar for.
Yeah.
So yes, at least 2
hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Marketing and sales. This is the lifeblood of your business. If you don't do this stuff, you don't have clients. So this has to take time up. If I went to a networking event, I mean, that might be like half an hour of getting there, parking, walking there, then I'm there for an hour or two, and then I'm coming back and I'm following up. That could easily be a morning. Not every week, but,
no, but that's just networking. That's not
just networking.
Having the sales calls. And also in that, we've got to think about marketing to our current clients, like looking after and retaining the clients that we've already got and having those conversations, and maybe repricing conversations, or maybe service reviews and things like that. That's at least 2, maybe 3. I mean, then you think social media.
I know.
And then managing a website, maybe writing a blog post, maybe writing email marketing. You should be doing more.
Yeah.
So 2.5.
I feel like you gave me a real I should be doing more.
Are you doing that?
I'm going to put 2 hours in there.
Okay.
I'm going to say there's like an hour of marketing, because I know if you use Journal, you can do your month of marketing in an hour. There's a training on that. But it depends on what you do. And if you want to do, let's say you do some marketing once a month, that might be 3 hours out, and then some follow up and some sales calls. Okay. Strategy, budgeting. Sorry, you can't see my screen. No. Budgeting, reviewing KPIs, reviewing your marketing strategy.
Your own finances.
Yeah.
Doing your own bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Looking at your own goals, looking at your strategy. How are you going to get to where you're going to get to? How are you reviewing everything? Looking at like how many Instagram followers have I got? How many LinkedIn people? How many people opened my email? All of those kind of KPIs.
Yes, because you want to know which things are working.
Yeah, because everything is numbers. And if you run your business like that, you'll easily be able to show your clients this is what they need to be looking at. So KPIs, 100%.
Strategy then, I'm going to put in for now 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
Like maybe
if you did that would be amazing.
Yeah. 1 hour a week of strategy.
I used to do like cash flow forecasting for myself and all of that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. So this is actually great news for this business that we've just priced up, because it's got some information up here on the top right, and it tells me about in the next 12 months, I'm going to work 1,210 hours, but of those only 902 will actually be chargeable. My turnover goal to achieve my minimum income, therefore, is 34,800 because we've worked out what our costs are. And if I want to achieve my stretch goal, I need turnover of 49,000. Now, what I like about that, I know we're talking about hourly rates, but what you can also do with that is you can then say, okay, well, how many clients could I look after? And then how much do I need to charge those clients? And then you really know who you're looking for on a monthly fee basis. Yeah. But if we're looking at hourly rate, you've then got your minimum hourly rate. And actually, all of this stuff could be done. If I was just to increase the hourly rate to £38.58 from the 35, that is just about doable.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, it would be great to be taking the £3,000 a month out of the business, in which case it would need to be £54 a month. But I can see that for even if you're charging £35 right now, to charge an extra £3.58, it might feel like, oh, but that small increase makes a massive difference on where you are.
That £3 an hour, every hour is the profit you're losing if you don't charge correctly. Yeah. So, I mean, I love the idea. You know, we've had some people say, oh, you know, that they are near that, close to that hourly rate goal.
Nice.
But which is great, but what that doesn't take into account is if you get faster, you can't charge that anymore.
No, and we're in that where we've got to fix now. And actually, that £3.58 difference multiplied by 902 chargeable hours is £3,229. And I could nearly take my kids to Dominican for that.
Exactly.
And that's what we're talking about here. It's the difference between, can I make that holiday work? I mean, actually right now, looking at these numbers, it means I can't even take the minimum out of the business. It means instead of £2,000 a month, what is that? That's like an extra 250. So it's like 1,750 I can take out instead of 2,000.
You're not
covering the baseline. But if that tiny increase or working out a way that you can factor this into your business pricing means that you can actually achieve the goal that you really want, this is the game changer. So we have to know the numbers.
What I did straight away is take the turnover required for your stretch goal, the 49,200.
Yeah.
Divide that by 12. That's 4,100
per month
turnover. And then think, well, how many clients could I really look after on my own? I think I could look after, if everybody wasn't like massive big client, it depends on who you're looking after. So I could look after 10 for £410 a month, or I could look after 20 for £205 a month, and then go out and go, my charge out rate is £205 a month. Not my charge, you know, my monthly fee is £205 a month, and I need 20 clients.
I don't know how I've done that
rather than trying to charge, for £205 a month for 20 clients seems much easier than trying to charge £54.55 an hour.
The thing that is really important here, though, if you're doing that math and you're going, how many clients can I look after? Is if you're looking after 10 clients or 20 clients in the same amount of time, because this is the problem, I think, with like, if you're quite new to practice, you want to over deliver like crazy because you want to be the best bookkeeper because you feel you need to justify yourself. But the problem is that if someone's paying you £410, you have, because you've only got 10 clients, you have got more time to give them a better service. If you've got 20 clients, you can't hold that information in your head so well anymore because you've got more moving parts, and you can't give the same level of service, the same level of value, the same outcomes for the clients. So your service has to change for you to be able to serve those clients at that price. So it's not just us going, oh, well, the number is blah. We're really thinking about, okay, who's in this team? What systems are in it to make sure it works? How do I really make sure this is a high value service? For the person who was saying they didn't want to be seen as too expensive.
Yes.
This isn't about £410 is more expensive than £205. This is about the value you would include in a £410 service is very different to the value you would be able to include in a £205 service, because you need to have more clients to make that work.
And just think, could businesses hire an employee in their business to look after all their finances for £400 a month? No. But I do like the idea of having it over 10 clients rather than choosing maybe 4, because it gives you, it enables you to not have, if you lost one of your 4 clients, that's a massive impact on your turnover. Whereas if you've got 10, it's easy to find another one. So we need to think of all of these different things. We don't want all of our eggs in one basket. I mean, years ago, I had one client that was £4,000 a month.
Yeah.
And I mean, they stayed with us until I ended up leaving and selling that business on. But it was a risk factor, and actually something that we decided later on when I had Joe Wood Virtual FD, if we had any clients that were over a certain limit, we could decide to take them on, but that money went in a separate pot over the side. We didn't get used to that income because I was always scared that if we ever lost them, it would feel like it was a big impact. So anyone that was over like 15-20% of our total turnover, their money would go to the one side, and that would just be nice bunts money for the future. And if we lost them for whatever reason, not saying it'd be for our purposes, but if we did, we knew that we wasn't going to be losing that massive chunk because we were running the business off of smaller amount.
Nice. Okay, I've shared the workbook for anybody who didn't have the workbook, but I just want to go into that workbook now and show this to you. Sorry, my face has gone a little bit
I think we're a little bit blurry, aren't we?
Sorry about that, everyone. Hopefully you can still hear us all okay. What I'm going to do is just find the workbook, because there are just a couple of exercises we're going to do before we wrap up, and I'm going to give you some homework, because
homework means prizes.
Homework means prizes. It does mean prizes. Let me share my screen. Sorry, everyone. I can't do. I mean, there must be a clever techie way. It looks like we have a lot of tech in here actually tonight.
Yeah.
But there's probably a way we can be even more techie. Yeah. Right. You can see the workbook. Woo-hoo. Okay. We are on day 1. I can see lots of you in here. Please make a copy for yourself of this workbook, by the way. It should be read only. You shouldn't be able to edit it. We don't need to all see your notes. If you click on File, make a copy, you can save a copy to your own drive. Or if you don't use Google Drive, you can also click File and you can download, and then it will download as a document, so you can save it on your computer. Couple of things we're going to do today. So we're going to talk around this while you fill it in. So you can type this in, or you can write it in a notebook, or whatever you want. But the first thing I want you to do is think about a premium product or service that you've purchased recently. Could be anything: a coffee, a software, a course. A top? I remember you've got a story about this cardigan.
Oh, this cardigan. Yeah.
Premium.
It is premium. And how funny that I'm wearing it today. Yeah. It was way out of budget, but it was raining in London and I was wearing not enough clothing for the absolute torrential rain. And I was in St Pancras and there wasn't many options.
No.
And I ended up going to somewhere really expensive. But now I'm really proud of it.
It's beautiful. It's
and
really
I
nice.
really like it. And
it's
it washes nicely. And I feel like it's like a piece that will always be in my wardrobe. So I'm okay with it.
And so the question here is, what made you willing to pay more for it than a cheaper alternative?
Yeah.
There wasn't an alternative that fit the bill at that time.
No, at that time. But also I had bought one piece from this place before in the past. I did manage to get that half price because my daughter's boyfriend was working at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And when I bought it, I was like, oh, my goodness. I thought, though, I would have paid full price because I love it so much. And I treat it differently.
Yeah.
I've only got those 2 bits. But, you know, I feel like I'm getting I don't mind investing
Yeah.
if I feel like it's going to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. So that's interesting, because for you, it was about the quality, how you felt about it, how you wanted, how you valued it as an addition to your wardrobe. I know we're not talking about bookkeeping right now, but all of you have invested in something at some point where it's made you feel something. And I want you to understand that as a customer, you also make decisions based on how you perceive value. So you perceiving value in something is also what your customers, your clients are doing when they're deciding who to buy bookkeeping services from. They are making a perception about the value based on cues you put out. Some of those cues come from the pricing. When you put a price out, they are anchoring it against something. They're comparing it to something else that they've seen. And you need to be saying, hey, this is valuable, subliminally, I suppose.
It's quality, it's professional.
It is.
You're going to
timely,
get
responsive.
Yeah. This is what we need to get across, is by using your bookkeeping service, they are going to be more profitable and make more money. You're an investment. You're a great return on investment. You're not a cost.
Absolutely. So have a think about that. Okay, the next question then, and you can work along with us while we're doing this if you want to, or you can do this later. So what does this tell you about how your clients might value premium bookkeeping services? I suppose we've kind of answered it.
Yeah.
They value services. I mean, not everyone is looking for a premium bookkeeping service, and that's okay.
That's fine.
But if you are looking for that kind of client, you need to make sure that you are not selling a premium service, because you won't get the customers. There'll be a mismatch. You are either selling a high value premium service to a number of clients and you are able to deliver that really, really well, or you're saying, do you know what, I am going in for the clients who want the lowest fee. But the way you run that service and the cost base, when we were doing that calculation around the hourly rate, the cost base you put into the calculation to work out that rate has to be much lower. It's got to be about it needing way less time, including way more automation. There are going to be less touch points because you haven't got the capacity to be able to do that. So the way you build that business has to be completely different to the way that you would build a premium business.
Yeah. And we always talk about this, don't we? I loved spending lots of time with my clients. I love having them on WhatsApp. I liked having meetings with them and doing them cash flow forecasts and like really understanding their business and getting there. So I wanted less clients and to charge them more. But you speak about the fact that if you was to set up another practice, you would have it highly automated, lots of AI agents.
Yeah.
It would all be exactly.
I'd be going in like sole trader, MTD, like thinking, what's the best piece of equipment, the best tool, software that is going to help my clients to get a really automated process. Maybe we'd even build some kind of process that would do that. How do I get agents and bots involved so that there is less manpower involved? But that is going to create a service that hasn't got a human professional touch. And for the clients who need the support and want to have the conversation with the bookkeeper who they really see as their like finance partner, their finance director, I wouldn't be offering that service.
No.
And I would not be pricing anywhere near that service. I would be going in for the people that I knew were on a budget. They just needed it to be done and they wanted to press a few buttons and not really talk to anybody. Yeah. That is a very different client base.
Yeah. And they're not looking for that premium. They're not looking for that feeling. They're not looking for a return on investment.
No.
They're looking for getting a job done.
Yeah.
And but there are all different clients out there and you can get to choose which ones you work with.
Nice.
We are running out of time.
We got 7 minutes, but we got time. Time. You've already done this. Part B in here is about your minimum hourly rate. So you've used the calculator. You've worked out your minimum hourly rate now. So mine came out at £38 something. But really, because I want to be going for that stretch goal, it's the 50 something pounds. So I'm going to work with that. I'm going to compare that to my current hourly rate, £35. And I know now that the gap is something like 20, I should be an accountant, £23 an hour. There's a difference. So, and then your job is to think, what changes do I need to make based on this calculation? Maybe it's that you raise your hourly rate, but even better, maybe it's that you look at that turnover goal, the turnover goal now at your minimum absolute baseline, and then what that turnover goal calculated as for your, like if I was getting that extra £1,000 a month, and then thinking on the way that we were talking about how many clients you can actually manage, how do I need to price those clients for me to achieve that goal? It is a different way of pricing. This is about fixed pricing.
Yeah.
And we go into this in so much detail in the Bookkeepers Collective. So if you do want support, remember that we can help you with this in the Bookkeepers Collective. And maybe I'll tell you about that right now while you're thinking about the changes that you need to make right now based on this like insight you have about your own pricing. We run a program. It's a membership called the Bookkeepers Collective. It is for bookkeepers who want to grow their businesses. We help people to become six-figure bookkeepers. That might not be for you. It might be that you want to have more flexibility and work around your family. That is totally your call. But what we do is we help bookkeepers and accountants to grow businesses that they love, that are profitable, that work for them.
Yeah.
And we teach you everything that we know about business that we've learned over the years in this business, in bookkeeping businesses, from working with other entrepreneurs and coaches, everything that we've learned, but also what we're able to bring in from our sort of little black book of contacts.
Yeah.
And we will teach you about the business foundations. We teach you about growing your practice. And then we take you through everything you need to know about pricing, sales, marketing, and now AI as well.
Yeah. We and the other beauty is you're in a community of like-minded bookkeepers and accountants who are working on this themselves. So not only one of the things that I really struggled with while building my practices over the years was feeling lonely, feeling like I had to have all the answers. But by building this community, we can now say, great question to the client. If they ask you something, great question, love that question. I'm going to go and do my research and come back to you. And you're going to go into this community with the other bookkeepers and accountants that you know are like, they have such a wealth of experience and knowledge in different areas of tax and industries. And we can go in there. The question, we've had so many questions today. The group has been really busy today. And you go in there and someone will go straight away, this is what you need. This is what you need. So it feels like you have this network, because I promise you, no one is competing with each other. There is so much work out there. We have seen so many people come from startup to multi-six-figure practices. We have people that have grown and then actually thought, actually, this isn't what I want. I want to streamline it, but stayed really profitable. We have people that are traveling the world while building their business completely remotely. People that are homeschooling their kids. People that are doing so many different things, like charitable things, and their lives have come alive because their business is working for them and their business is doing what they set out for it to do at the beginning. When they first had that little seed of, I want to do this for myself, I don't want to be employed anymore. We also have people that have, working part-time, they're still employed. They're building their practice while they're employed, and they come to the sessions with their camera off and they listen to our sessions while they're still in the business, building up all the foundations before they decide to absolutely hand it. We have had people hand in their notices recently.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
That they've been working with us for a while and they've built that confidence and now they're ready to go. And we know when that date is. And I've been seeing LinkedIn posts saying, I'm going out on my own and things like that. So we help people at all different stages, from complete beginner. It's just like a seed of an idea. We also have people that have been in this industry for decades and they're like, this business is killing me. This is not what I expected it to be. I want to kind of refresh, relook at it again and get new ideas. And you get to see inside other people's businesses.
Yeah, that's
which
so
is
helpful.
so valuable, and seeing how other people are doing it and everyone's really open and honest and sharing.
So you can find out everything about the Bookkeepers Collective at sixfigurebookkeeper.com. You can read stories from people who've been through it, what it's meant for them in their businesses. We have got a code that will save you £100 off of your first payment.
Can you go to the page, the paper, so that they can see where the coupon is? So you'd go to membership and then you'd go to collective.
Yeah.
Join the Bookkeepers Collective. And then when on,
you're
logged in.
I'm logged in.
No worries. When you go into the page, there's a, you can drop down for add a coupon and you can put in there live 25, LIVE 25, and that gets you £100 off of your first month. And then we also have a special link for people that want to pay in full for the full year, like I was sending you, and you get 2 months for free. So we will share, if you write collective underneath this post.
That's a great idea.
Then I will share those details with you. I was doing that a lot last night. So many people.
I love it. It's
so
great.
many people are
It's
interested
really
and
lovely.
joining us. So if you're interested, you can learn out more like that.
Come and join us, because then you don't have this I don't know, the urgency of being here live at Bootcamp. This is with you forever. You get access to the programs. You can get onto calls with people. You can deep dive into this. You can go into the whole of the pricing collection, and we'll take you through everything you need to know about pricing, not just what we've had time to do this evening.
Can we just show quickly the outline of the pricing collection, because it is amazing, and I think people don't realize how many we've gone through today. Some of the, if you go in, that's it.
You want
yeah,
me to see it in here?
Yeah, just in there where you when you see the pricing collection. So each of our collections have like their different dashboards, and you can go into it, and then it all breaks down, and there are so many elements to it. You found it. There it is.
Yeah.
Yay.
Nice. Okay.
How many, like section like 22?
Yeah, there's so much in here. So when you go in, this is just one part of the Bookkeepers Collective. So the pricing collection available on demand. The professional pricing program has got 22 different lessons we talked to you about. We've actually got some pricing spreadsheets which you can download so you can price your service from lots of different angles. We take you through pricing foundations, your lowest hourly rate, how to price for profits, what's value pricing. We don't go into so much detail about the things we've been speaking about tonight: decoy effect, commitment pricing, sliding scale pricing, transaction pricing, project pricing, pricing extras and add-ons, pricing when it's like an inconvenient project for you, pricing niche and speciality services, bundling services, being transparent with your clients, repricing, how to prepare a pricing strategy. But there's loads of other training in here as well, because we know it isn't just you. There are so many angles we need to come at this from. So that's just
confidence building. It's confidence building, knowing that you can do it any which way you want. We want you to build a business that is your business. We are not selling a franchise option here. We're not telling you exactly what you need to do that matches everybody else. We want you to put your blinkers on and go, what works for me, my family, what I want to do, how I want to build my business, how I want to live my life. That is how we want you to price. But we've touched on it tonight. We've got to wrap up now because it's just gone 8 o'clock.
But I'm going to just show you the activity for this evening, because I'd love for you to enter the draw to win a prize of one of our book bundles. So the activity for you this evening is to share in the group using the hashtag Bootcamp Day 1. So in the Six Figure Bookkeepers Club, share your post with hashtag Bootcamp Day 1. What surprised you most about either the pricing psychology concepts or your minimum hourly rate calculation? Let us know what surprised you the most. And then tomorrow we'll announce a winner.
Yay! Amazing. And tomorrow we're going to be diving deep into goals, because now you've had a little think about what's potential.
Yeah, that like, do you want to take £2,000 out of your business? Do you want to take £3,000 out of your business? We want to know why. We need to get clear on why we're trying to do this. It's not just about paying the bills, is it? So we've got a great activity. We're going to talk to you about that tomorrow. We'll see you at 7 tomorrow.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.